What's going on, guys? It is ChosenTCG here once again with another fun deck. And today's deck is going to be Tomato Toolbox. Obviously, you can tell the main card is going to be Mystic Tomato. And before I get onto the deck and explain some of the combos and things, make sure you guys make sure you guys check out the description because I always have the deck list typed below, just in case some of you don't know the cards. And of course, you can make it on Duelingnetwork by yourself. And if there are any duels, I'll probably have it annotated somewhere or a link in the description so you can watch how this deck works. But yeah, let's get onto the deck. And this deck is really good. I mean, in general, I would say that any deck that has this toolbox ability is generally somewhat competitive, and it's a fun deck as well. But obviously, it's not tier 0, it's not tier 1, it might be tier 2 if you can play really smart, have a really good side deck. But overall, this is just a really fun deck. And let's just get on to the monster. 3 tomatoes, 3 Genex. What is this? 3 Genex Ally Crusher, 2 zaloogs, 1 Gale, 2 Reaper, 1 Sangan, 1 Newdoria, 1 Krebons, 2 Snipe Hunter, 1 Dad, 1 Gorz, 1 Tragoedia, Allure of Darkness, Book of Moon, sorry, what is this? Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, and Dark Hole, the staples. Triple Shrink, double Creature Swap, double Smash, double Starlight Road, and hold on, triple Solemn Brigade, double Bottomless, 1 Compulsory, and 1 D Prison. And I forgot to add one card actually, and that is Starlight Stardust Dragon, because I'm using 2 Starlight Roads. Anyway, this is a obviously control-based deck, as you can see, and plays very much like a Rat Toolbox variant, or just any Toolbox really variant, because you're using Mystic Tomato as your main floater, so you don't get any neg ones. But main strategy of this deck is actually a control aspect of using Genex Ally Crusher. Most of the time when you set this card first turn, your opponent attacks into it with, let's say, a Thunder King. Next turn, you summon a Dark Attribute monster. And by the way, this card's effect is once per turn when you no more summon a monster with this card's attribute, which is Dark, you can select one card and you can select and destroy one card your opponent controls. So it's really good control-wise. I mean, Genex Ally Crusher, like I said, cannot be run over by Thunder King. It's a great 2000 defense monster. Could be searched out by Tomato. Usually, when this guy's out, face down defense position, your opponent attacks into it. Next turn, you summon zaloog. You summon any of these dark monsters here. And you can pretty much get a +1 if they feel like, okay, I don't want you to get that +1. They're warning it. Most of the time, though, it's a really good combo. But another aspect of this deck is a zaloog and a Spirit Reaper. This is the reason why I run 3 Shrinks. I feel like this card is very underrated. I mean, of course, it isn't that good. It isn't what it used to be. Well, I mean, I guess before it wasn't. I haven't seen this card being played a lot anyway. So this with Shrink along with Spirit Reaper, I found myself to be most of the time to have some sort of advantage. Obviously, I think if you're playing Dark Worlds, yeah, if you're playing Dark Worlds, I think this is gonna be pretty bad. But anyway, I mean, this card is just an overall great card. You can discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand, or send the 2 top cards from their deck to the graveyard. And I feel like hand control, just in general, in this deck is very smooth and very consistent. And field control, field presence is pretty good either. And then let's see, Spirit Reaper, obviously 1 Gale for the extra tuner, for that extra. Let's see, what's it called? Beat down to get over Stardust. Play 1 Newdoria for more consistency, field control. For those of you who don't know this card, when this card is destroyed by battle, sent to the graveyard, destroy 1 target. Yeah, destroy the monster that destroy this card. Yeah. Or no, wait, that's Yomi shape. No, Newdoria is you can destroy 1 target on the field. So good field control combo with Mystic Tomato. I think Mystic Tomato can search out every single card except these 3 cards, which are the boss cards. Of course, Snipe Hunter, great against Stardust, because for those of you who don't know, when you use this effect and you target, let's say, a card on a Stardust cannot use this effect to negate Snipe Hunter, because Snipe Hunter's effect is may or may not, because you don't know if you're gonna roll a 1 or a 6 or a 3 or 4 to destroy Stardust. But just to tell you guys, yeah, anyway, it's a great card. I mean, good field control, good field presence in general, and then let's see, you could combo it off obviously with Crusher, Mystic Tomato, any sort of way. And then one Dark Arm, I was thinking of not playing this card, but it's just, I mean, if you get an early game, most of the time you will, if you play this card, you will get a really huge advantage. And then let's see, Gorz, obviously, Tragoedia, some extra defense. And let's see, Allure of Darkness. Notice how I am not playing Pod Duality, just because I feel like, I mean, it's already very toolbox-like-ish, and I get pretty consistent hand. But you can run Duality if you want. The reason why I'm not running is actually I have this deck in real life, and I kind of play tested it card for card. And I mean, you can just add Duality right away if you're playing Duelingnetwork. But definitely try Duality here and there. And I don't have Duality, that's kind of the reason. But yeah, Book of Moon, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, and Dark Hole staples. Main card, of course, Drink. You know, just great card combo off with Don Zaloog, and just get over big monsters in general. Now, two creature swaps. I feel like this card gives you so many pluses because, oh my gosh, you summon this card, you know, you give them your Mystic Tomato, you take one of their big monsters, you attack on a Mystic Tomato, you search out, I don't know, like Spirit Reaper, and you just attack with Spirit Reaper. You do all sorts of random combos with this deck, and it's just so good. And then two Smashing Grounds, of course. Let's see. This deck does have some trouble getting over big monsters, even though, I mean, you have like Snipe Hunter and you have Genex Allied Crusher. Sometimes you won't have. You just gotta play a 1-for-1 and just kind of get rid of that big monster, because this deck does have some trouble. But in general, it's a very control-oriented deck. You're not going to have too much trouble with any cards whatsoever. And then two Stellar Roads. You want to protect all your back rows. Of course, Solemn, Brigade, and two Bottomless. Play one Compulsory, one Dimensional Prison. Compulsory is just there, you know, get rid of XYZ monsters. And yeah, get rid of Stardust. And get rid of big synchro XYZ monsters. Of course, Deep Prison. You can actually, I was actually contemplating on running two Deep Prison or two Compulsory, but then I was like, you know what? Let's just mix it up, see what happens, and it's been working pretty good. Of course, some other cards you might want to run is Call of the Haunted. I used this before. You can also run Mirror Force, Torrential, but don't feel like Torrential is a good card. And I don't want to use Mirror Force because I feel like Deep Prison is just a bit better. It's kind of my opinion, even though Mirror Force is at 2, it's a mass destruction card. It's kind of my personal preference of using Deep Prison and Compulsory over that. So see, extra deck is I guess you can use let's see, Stardust, of course. But you can use any good, relevant XYZ monsters. You could go to level 3 and 4, I think. And you can synchro up for level 6 or level 5, which I should put Catastor in here, but I rarely go for those, and I put Krebons in here mainly because it's an OTK stopper and it helps you get field control. Sometimes your deck might be a bit slow. Getting Krebons on the field with a Mystic Tomato search is actually really good. But yeah, I think Catastor, possibly Iron Chain and Gaia Knight, and Magical Android are good level 5s and 6s for you to put in this deck. And yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Hopefully you guys understood what I explained, and hopefully you guys go out there, you know, go on Duelingnetwork, try this deck out. It's a really fun deck to play with. You'll be surprised how many decks you can beat, and you'll be surprised how many times you can use the Don Zaloog and Shrink combo against decks these days. Yeah, I mean, that's it for this episode of Fun Deck, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys can check out more of my videos, and if you guys like my videos, please comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. Alright guys, peace out.